Alright. What is going on, fellers? Man, I have had one sick vacation. Man, it's nice to sleep in every day and do things at my own fucking speed. It's just that's what you live for, man. Oh, I gotta go back to work in 3 more days. That sucks. Oh well, at least I got a lot of shit done. Very accomplished, satisfying feelings, all that shit. I mopped the floor, I cleaned the whole house, organized all the tools and the shed and the garage, all the garden stuff. Got all that taken care of. All the stuff. Yeah, all of it. Well, there's a few things I have still got to take care of, but it's not. You know how it is. It never ends, dude. There's always something. But most shit's taken care of. The important shit, basically, is taken care of. Grinding away in Elden Reedaville. My god. Yep, but it's good to just relax. Oh man. Especially after fixing that toilet. Man. What a pain in the ass, dude. Alright, so what the problem with the toilet is water was every time you flushed it and it goes down the shitter drain. Apparently, something was wrong with the toilet's placement, and some of the shitter water was leaking outside and seeping into the side, and yeah, slowly building up over time. A little bit of shit water here and there. Isn't that disgusting? Yep. So we had to remove the shitter and expose the big shitter hole underneath, and then gussy it up with a new big ring of wax and get it on point. But it's really old, that area, and it's been kind of like scratched up, and it's disgusting and grimy, and like water has deteriorated a lot of it. So we just had to kind of make do with the disgusting, rough, uneven surface that we were working with. And we managed to get it to work, but on the first try it was still leaking, goddammit. But on try number 2, looks like we got it. Looks like it's on there pretty good. I'm getting to a point in my life where I'm financially stable enough to take L's to the house and still be able to pay for them and fix them, or fix them myself, you know. So I'm lucky I have that privilege, that luxury. I got this grind rigged up so I can do it with one hand. That way I can drink with one hand and play video games with the other. Trying to grind 3 levels because I noticed it increased my strength and dexterity a good bit, and maybe there's a few levels beyond that I can reach that would be worth it. It's kind of not really worth it, but you know, I'm on vacation. I got nothing to do right now. I did all my chores. I'm just fucking off for the next couple of days. I'm on cloud 9 or whatever they call it. Hell yeah. Everything is going good. For me, at least. So much grinding, oh my god. Okay. So every like 5 minutes it's best to restart so you're at nighttime. Because nighttime you're more likely to run into those bonus enemies with the glowing eyes. They give you like 10 times as many runes as usual. Might as well soak those guys up. Whoops. I got an idea. Give me a second. I wish there was a way to change the controls on these Series 2 Elite controllers a little more efficiently. But, whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world. Alright. Alright, this is better. I set up the controls to be slightly lazier. Yeah, this is what I found to be the most efficient way to level up in the game, legit. I'm going for slightly over 10 mil. 10 mil. So this is gonna take a second. Oh my god. There's this new restaurant that we've been going to called Burger Boy. Not bad burgers, but guess what? Even better milkshakes. They really know how to make them over there, man. Usually you don't find a place that can do a decent milkshake, but here we go, man. Not too shabby. This is gonna take a while. Ooh, I saw the new Hot D episode. That's funny that Otto Hightower was reintroduced to the show after he's been gone for a little while, only to be, brutally executed in like a mocked fashion. Like, haha, it's time for you to get your head cut off. Fuck you. We're not fucking around in House Targaryen, bitch. I think it's funny that his name is Otto. Like the guitar guy, You know those guitars that are like double guitars? Yeah, but the new Hot D, I'm not too impressed with it. It's fine. I don't like it too much, but I don't know. To me, the show is a 4 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, depending on how good it is at the moment. So sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's like, this is kind of bad. It's never like super terrible. Well, maybe a little bit it is, but yeah, Hot D, hot mess, But A Night of Seven Kingdoms, that was a fun show. I'll clout you in the air. Do as you're told, or you'll get a clout in the ear. I ought to clout you in your ear. And this is the fastest way to grind, but grinding is fucking boring, so you start slowing down anyway. Oh, I hope my character doesn't get deleted somehow. I don't want to grind all over again to get back to where I was. I'm gonna feel so gimped. I don't think I can handle that level of cuckery, dude. It's too much cucking. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. We're at 6 mil. Yeah, I want to talk about Grand Theft Auto, dude. I don't care about Grand Theft Auto. To me, Grand Theft Auto is... Okay, this is how I feel about Grand Theft Auto. When you play it for the first time, it's the greatest video game of all time. You get to walk around and murder policemen. And it's pretty easy until they start, like, ganging up on you. Then it's kind of hard. Then you find a part of the game where you get access to, like, a machine gun. And then it becomes pretty easy because you get good at gunning them down before they can gun you down. Haha. And then they start bringing in tanks and shit, and you're running out of ammo, and you just can't last forever, you know? And then you activate cheat codes, and then you do last forever. And that's pretty much the game. Pretty much did everything. You can do the quests and stuff, but they're just like time to get from here to there, and maybe they make it hard because you'll be chased by police or something, or you know, and those can be fun too, but they're pretty repetitive, honestly. So yeah, the game has this magical ability of captivating you big time at first. Like, you're just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Like, my first Grand Theft Auto experience was Grand Theft Auto 3. I played 2 a little bit at a friend's house. I thought it was alright. It was kind of funny. But, yeah, when 3 came out, you know, there's these guys in trench coats that, you know, sound like Mr. Garrison. And they're like, I'll drill your ass. Like, what the hell is that all about? You get into little boxing matches with these people and beat their ass, and it's pretty violent and hilarious looking in a cartoonish sort of way. And you were like, this is the best game ever. And it only got better from there. But, the flare, it wears off. You get out of the hospital or police station or whatever, and then you start causing crime. Because the game is literally set up so that you can't really exist in it without committing some sort of crime. But yeah, it's a fine enough game for what it is, but I don't know. I think once you played one, you've played them all. Ever since Grand Theft Auto 3, they haven't really gotten better than that. In some ways, they've gotten better. In some ways, they've gotten fucking worse, dude. So, you know. And now I'm seeing these details with the new Grand Theft Auto. It's gonna have 30 frames per second only. And I'm not a frame rate snob, but you know, come on, aren't you the big fucking crazy video game? You're gonna be the most big, epic, crazy game ever. So this is not a good thing, you know. But you know, I don't really care. I'm actually more against the future of gaming because a lot of these games, they run so hard on your system. Your fan is really struggling, you know. You got dust everywhere. You're constantly cleaning and like, dude, your system runs real hot and loud. You gotta crank your air conditioner just a little harder, make up for it. Like, this is bullshit, you know. Like, do games have to be this taxing on systems? No, come on. You know, do you have to have the greatest graphics ever and the most perfect smooth frame rates at all times? No, dude. Come on. Come on, if you want the greatest, like, visuals ever or whatever, watch some epic movie or something, man. You know? Like, in a video game, come on, you don't need it. That's different. The game needs to run better than it does need to look a certain way. You know? Anyway, my point is frames per second doesn't matter really, but you know, it's today it's more of a standard, you know? It's like, come on. Some people can't live without it. A lot of gamers, they never really played games before that. They really feel like, I don't know. I think they're just being kind of picky. You know, they can put up with it for a day or two and they probably won't notice a difference anymore. You know, seriously. But I get it. The smoother frame rate, it's better in a lot of ways. Sometimes it's definitely better. Sometimes it's not, and that's because sometimes the game is like optimized poorly, you know, and there's a better version of it that came beforehand. That is definitely a thing, you know. Master Craft Collection is that. Yeah, it has a better frame rate than the original games, but there's all these weird glitches and other problems. It's probably better to just play the original. Suck a dick, dude. You gotta play with the shitty frame rate or whatever. Look, you did it in the past. We did it and it was fine and it was great. And we still do it. I don't see why bitching about it like crazy is a big deal. I don't know. Frame rate whores need to suck a dick, dude. I'm a real gamer. I came from the NES days, where like if 2 or 3 bad guys were on your screen, the game would lag up, fucking like Mega Man 3 or some shit. Yeah. Like look at Breath of the Wild. That game has a dog shit frame rate. Look at this game, Dark Souls 1 on Xbox 360 in Blighttown for some fucking reason. Laggy as fucking shit. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of fun, you know, it made the game feel really weird and wonky. I don't know, I just don't think frame rate's a big deal. Maybe in competitive modes, but 30 frames is still good enough. That's what the best fucking competitive games of all time were. Halo 2 and Halo 3, man. So, yeah. Not a big deal. But, you know, Rockstar's big new fucking game, these are like the top video game making guys of all time, right? So, since that's the case, what the fuck? Why don't we have 60 frames, or at least the option for it, or at least the PC version? And apparently there's just console version, and no mod support, so no PC stuff or whatever, and no multiplayer or co-op stuff at launch. It's just a single player experience at first, and then they'll add on to it or something like that. They're chopping your game up and selling it to you in chunks, dude. Like, and yeah, now there's talk that the game is so big and overcomplicated and weird and full of stuff that it's gonna glitch out and the game will be a mess and it'll be like Cyberpunk's launch or something like that. I don't know about that. Surely Rockstar isn't that incompetent. They tend to be better than those CD Projekt cucks, you know. So, but I don't know. Red Dead Redemption 2 was kind of buggy when it first launched, and it's an overrated game. It's got a lot of really boring fucking moments. My big problem with the game is you play as a retarded cowboy. He works for these cutthroat gangster stab you in the back types, and he keeps working for them, and he keeps working for them, and he keeps working for them. Even when you make enough money in the game where you could retire, you're still working for them according to the storyline, and you're expected to keep doing what they want, and it gets you fucking killed at the end. Game over. That's how the game ends. It's a sad ending. The character you've been playing as, he's just a man trying to do his best. And he sometimes works with monsters, but he tries to do it in a way that nobody gets hurt, and he's just misunderstood, and they're trying to get all deep with the story, but in the end it's just really stupid because he's a fucking idiot, and you don't care that he dies. People who say the storytelling was good, in some ways, sure, and the quality and, like, you know, scale at which they they do that kind of thing, but come on, dude, the story's dumb. But yeah, fellas, I leveled up the character one more in endurance, and I could carry like 1.5 pounds extra, roughly. And that led me to carry the better gauntlets that look cooler, if you ask me. These red ones you get from the Pig Rider guy. Yeah, so that's what I'm rocking now. I thought that was cool. Although it makes my weight a little off. But I noticed if I switch off my defense talisman for one of those keep your souls talismans for one of those rare situations where you basically are killing yourself on purpose in a way where you can keep your souls, which is a rare situation, but there's like 2 or 3 situations in the game where you might want to do something like that. So the weight happens to land perfectly in favor of a build that tries to do something like that. So I thought that was like, oh, okay, convenient. I like that. That gives me an excuse to do it this way. It's a good reason, honestly. And I get a little more stamina. And a little more, like, robustness or something like that. I can't remember what the fuck it was. But it gave me a slight jolt of extra good shit. But yeah, I was fighting the NPCs, and I eventually got to a point where I collected enough souls to level up 3 times. And yeah, it turned out putting, I think it was 2 points on strength and 1 point on dexterity really took me to the next level in terms of damage output. A noticeable, like, 2 points more of damage. So, and I think it might also be getting me closer to a... See, there's a weird thing that happens in this game when you level up. If you level up like fucking... If you get as high as I am, like level 500-ish, every time you level up like 10, 15, or 20 times, I don't know what it is, but something like that. Some number like that. You leveled up for a while. Every now and then, the next level up, it gives you like a +1 to pretty much all the stats. Like, whoa, look at that. You definitely jumped up at least a hair in every statistic. So, I'm kind of hoping I'm getting close to something like that, because that would make this more worth it. Because right now I'm scratching the bottom of the barrel here, you know. Character doesn't get much more powerful than this. But I might be able to up my offense and defense a little bit with just 3 levels. Because leveling up strength also gives you some defense. And I think, in a way, we can make that work. About 5 more minutes of doing this, and I think we'll have enough. Some people say that it's worth it to run up a little further after you take the first swing. Like this. I'll show you. You do this, and then you run up a little further, and you do this to like finish them off. But I think that wastes more time actually. I think people have calculated it's almost just as fast, but it's a little slower overall. Doing it this way is faster. Sadly, I think I need to be closer to like 1.2 million legitimately to level up 3 more times, so not quite there yet. Oh yeah, I saw with the new Star Fox game. Apparently, the Star Fox 64 remake on the Switch 2. Apparently it's decent. It's not bad. But apparently people are upset with the character models, and I think that's kind of weird because it's like you think they're ugly and weird looking, but it's like they are weird, half human, half animal, hybrid, space alien, cartoon character from Nintendo, made up with this really goofy game world universe where they fly around in these spaceships called R-Wings or whatever the fuck they're called. And yeah, they fight off evil space ape types and pigs, and there's other animals. I don't know exactly how it all works. It doesn't seem to make any fucking sense. But who cares? But people apparently are upset about the way they look. They look hunched over and freaky and like, yeah, sure, I guess so. I saw it. I think that I agree. They look a little weird. Like we just saw Star Fox in that Mario Galaxy movie, And as dumb as that fucking movie is, at least he looked kind of cool, you know? As cool as you can make a walking fox man guy look in a cartoon movie thing. He looked better there, is all I'm saying. Even though, yeah, Mario Galaxy, the movie, is like a big corporate, you know, nostalgia bait, corporate sell as money, fucking popcorns and movie tickets and just, yeah. Couldn't even have a story better than the dumb Mario games that don't have much of a fucking story, but whatever. And I know people are like, you expect a story from Mario? And it's like, not really, but slightly better than the game, because the game has the excuse of being the game. The focus on that product was gameplay, not a fucking compelling, interesting, deep story that I want to, you know, crack open the books and comics and look more into, okay? You don't give a shit about that with Mario, are you kidding me? Anyway, so the story's not that deep, you know? But you expect it to be slightly better than in the games, but no, it's worse. And it's because the focus is on like corporate selling and nostalgia baiting and just sort of stopping the movie every few moments to throw corporate shit at you, you know? But anyway, what was the point I was trying to make? I forgot. I forgot what the fuck I was even talking about.